funny. Like, my parents actually went on that shake diet that they went on, and my dad lost heaps of weight, like 40 kilos nearly.
Wow.
And but
wow.
Yeah.
Was he a big lad? Yeah.
Yeah, he was big. Yeah, and put him on TV. They did everything, and
wow.
because of the weight loss, and him and his wife, but within probably 6 months of them losing that, they started eating properly again, and they just brought it back on. And they were eating clean, good food.
Okay.
So the aim, when we go on these, I don't call it a diet, but it's a eating plan, is to increase your metabolism. So skipping meals, just having shake diets don't work because you don't increase your metabolism. So no matter what, you put good food in your body, you still put on the weight. So it's about increasing your metabolism, and you can do that at any age. But the way we eat, because we eat a big breakfast, big lunch, and even bigger dinner sometimes, it just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably eat 6, 7, 8 times a day.
Right, really?
Yeah.
So things that you learnt, you still carry on now, of course?
Yeah, I still carry on. I mean, I don't miss anything. So I'll have a beer,
Yep.
It's just now that I know, even if I need to shed a few kilos, I can do that easily. It's just by what I eat when, cutting the carbohydrates out at night. And
right. And what's to an Aussie, what's a carbohydrate? Like what food? So it's pasta in it? Is that right?
Most people would have like pasta or chips or potato or some type of carb like that,
right.
And just a huge amount of it at night. So that's all like an energy. And if you're not using that energy, your body will store that. So,
right. If you were to be hungry at night, what's a good thing?
Well, I'd go for more like a even though it's still a little bit in it, but like a yogurt with I do it with mixed berries, strawberries, honey, nut crunch in it, or I make smoothies. I turn it into ice cream. So it just all depends on just substituting things. So
right.
But yeah, I do. I've already eaten 3 times today.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm hungry now.
Isn't it funny how quickly and easy?
Yeah.
Going back to Fight Like a Pro, it surprised me that here are how many of us were there? 20 something blokes.
20 something blokes.
Yeah, and we just do six days of boxing every day for 10 weeks.
Yeah,
and never once did anyone speak about food.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought, oh, geez, there's a whole market here for, Gav to get us all healthy. But at the end of the day, I realised, all these guys are being themselves, but just doing this 1 hour of solid... Guys are losing 15 to 18 kilos in 5 weeks, mind you. We all know they lost a lot of weight in the first 5 to 6 weeks, and the last was just a few kilos. Like, it takes no time.
No.
But had... again, going like you just said, you're putting in work, you're still having a beer, you're still having a normal life. But maybe you're too tired to drink late at night or eat,
And it's like that. But after my fight, I was like, man, I trained so hard. I thought I'd have a 6-pack. I was like, wait, I don't get it. I was training 5-6 times a week, and I was like, I lost a lot of weight like, all the guys do.
Yeah.
But it's just that my eating was just all out of order. And so as soon as I refined my eating, then it just started shedding.
I see.
So, I got down to like just under, now I'm like 71 kilos.
Right.
So when I first started training at the gym, I was 84, 85 kilo around there. And fight day, I was 75 kilo.
Right.
But carrying 14 kilo body fat, I got right down when I competed to just under 7 kilo body fat.
Wow.
So, which is, dropping from a slim fit 34-inch waist that was tight down to 30s.
Wow, all new clothes, feeling sharp, looking good.
Yeah, it was. It was a good feeling, like, to be able to do that and think, hey, you can do this. Doesn't matter what age you are.
Yeah, how many weeks? That was another...
It was only 4 months.
Right.
So, but it ends up being a lifestyle change for life, not just for... I'll drink and have that, but, it's all moderation,
Right.
I'll have chips at night, and but it's not having...
Yeah, you can feel yourself getting sick by it, more like
turning into a food coma.
Yeah.
So I'll still do that, but it's not daily and things like that. And it's,
right.
Yeah. So
explain competition day then.
That was crazy day.
Did you put the mankini on before then? Did you actually have a setup?
No, I didn't wear it. No, I didn't wear it. No, I wore the tight, short ones. So.
I remember seeing the pic. I've seen the photo, yeah.
Yeah, so that was, it's funny, it was actually a good day because it was sort of relief. I knew I was going to, because just all the eating and the eating plan that you've been following, and you are hungry, but you're eating so much food. And just because especially the last week you cut out a lot of things and you reduce the water content in your body and just so everything gets tighter on you, but and all that. It was definitely an experience, but I thought people would be really stuck up and not talk to you, and we had one change room for everyone, males, females, girls, and they weren't. They were just. It was really
supportive and
no matter how old. Like I was the oldest by 7 years in my category, so but yeah, it was a really awesome experience. So
yeah,
it was fun. Other than the 17 coats of spray tan and
Excuse me. Like I said, I've got this cough going. So but who sprays that on? Like, is there some dude out the back with a ciggy? Like, all right, next.
No, I refuse to let a dude spray me. So. But no, it was a lady, and she often does the competition.
Right.
So you just go out there, and it was freezing cold.
Was it?
So it was it was. So we had heaps of.
Would you do that again? Would you?
Yeah, I've been asked to do the Muscle Mania in October, so that qualifies you for Las Vegas. So.
Oh yeah.
I've been asked to do that, but I'm not so sure if I want to.
Right, doesn't have the same mental as a fight. Say, to be honest, some aspects of it are tougher in relation to the mental toughness for just being focused in relation to your eating and stuff like that. That is tough. A lot of people drop out. Well, I think it was like 8 or 9 people dropped out of a group of 20 just for they couldn't cope with the eating. Wow.
And because they just, once you start, they started craving stuff.
Okay.
So, and I'm from the point of view, if you're going to do it, you may as well do it properly. What's the point in going? It's like our fight night. It's like nothing worth walking out there knowing you could have done more. So, but yeah, so I'm thinking about it, October, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hope you do it.
Yeah. So
why not?
I've got a few.
Still young.
Months to decide on that, so.
Yep.
Before I start prepping for that, but. I'd be in better condition this time because I have a lot more to prepare and know what I'm ready for. And
I always see this. I want to ask you. You said you don't drink so much water before the competition because I know I always watch those UFC fighters and they're just in their way, and some of them, particularly like Conor McGregor, it's just like a skeleton.
Yeah.
So in the space of days, they can just drop all the water in there. And as soon as they get on the scales, they're just sculling the water.
Yeah. Well, you actually have to drink more prior. So, like in the days leading up, you drink a lot more, and then you cut it out gradually. Like I went down to 800 mils in one day and 400 mils in the second last day.
400 mils?
Yeah.
Of fluid or just
fluid? Yeah, that was it.
Do you get headaches?
I was quite fortunate I didn't. But prior to that, I was drinking a lot. So you sort of flush your body out and it made a huge difference in that aspect. So I dropped 4 kilos in like a day and a half.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it just makes your skin and everything go tight, really tight around you.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, that aspect I don't really like. So.
All right, if you're going to a big party next weekend, say, and you go, okay, I know exactly how to look good for that on the day. Yeah. Just back off some water for a few days beforehand, perhaps.
Yeah, no, I really don't do that. No, I just cut out my evening carbs. Okay. So if I was going, I wanted to look good going, so I don't really do that. Like, oh, geez, I'm right.
But kind of the secret. That's what I was sort of asking the last time.
I just have fish and salad, pretty much no carbs after 3:30, and that's it. I drop 1.5 kilos pretty quick, and
excellent.
That's about it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's enjoyable, but I don't know if I'll do it again. So,
okay. Well, mate, I love it. I love it. See, people, isn't it really, when you hear some of the girlfriends I know, well, actually not even the girlfriends, like some of the older, my friends of my parents, going on the latest shake diet and this and that, and I kind of roll my eyes a little internally and go, I don't see you doing much exercise, like, you know what I mean? Looking for cheap fixes, but not actually doing anything with your body. You're able-bodied.
Yeah.
You know, if you know anyone who has a real disability with their body, and then you meet someone who's very able-bodied and they don't put it to work, it makes you a bit sad, and they're overweight and they're looking to eat some crap fad diet. You go, no, you're just cheating, I think.
Yeah. I've got a mate who lived with me for about 6 months, and he had to move in because he got a hip replacement at the age of 44. And he was 130 kilo. He's 6'4", but and he moved in, and I was training for that comp to Asia Pacific, and he's like, oh man, you just eat so much food. I was eating more than him, and he was in crutches and all that, and so he decided to start having my eating plan. So he just started following my eating plan, and he went down from 100 and so he pretty much started when I started my comp in prep in Feb, and up until my comp in June, and he went down to 104 kilos.
Wow.
Just following that and not exercising.
Not exercising, because he couldn't really anyway.
You couldn't.
I bet he felt good.
Yeah.
Totally, those hips were going, yes, thank you.
Yeah, it just totally changed his life in relation to what he eats and when.
Imagine carrying around 30 kilos in your arms.
Yeah.
Just imagine what that would do climbing these steps.
Yeah, even his confidence, everything changed.
Right.
And so I did it because anyone can do it. It just comes down to the discipline.
Yep.
And just deciding that you want to change.
I've got a mate who doesn't drink at all. Like, he doesn't drink beer, and he was a really thin lad, but soft drinks. Lemonade, and I think it's you would definitely know. But if you're hooked on drinking lemonade and like Coke and you see lots of huge people, then it's got to be one of the number ones, right?
It is, and it's the sugar and everything else that's bad in it, but it's primarily the sugar in your body. It's like it gives your body the energy and the buzz, but it just drops in. Where when you have a natural sugar or a natural carb, it comes in like an hourglass and it slowly releases into your body, so you get it consistently. Right. So, and when that sugar just drops in, your body don't waste it; it just stores it, and that's the difference. So, if you're giving your body that all the time, it will just store it.
Right. So,
and that's why most people, when they have the big carbs and the big meal at night like that, then they don't eat, they just go to sleep.
Yeah.
So it just goes and stores.
Stores and then turns into fat, right?
Yeah, the rolls.
Right.
Yeah, so which we all pretty much want to get rid of, but
yeah, we just want to feel good in that belt.
Yeah.
You know, when you're putting on a bit of weight, it's not so much, a lot. It is the appearance, but I notice it when I go, I can feel something on my belt,
Yeah.
Just that awkward pant feeling that, Yeah,
so I just wanted to do that. And plus I have a lot of scars on me from the accident. So from the scars, when I do get overweight, they just sort of, because everything's tied around the scar, it just hangs over the scar. So
wow, okay.
So that whole appearing in those sort of short Speedo-y things was a whole new thing as well. So, I wouldn't barely take my shirt off before, so because of all my scars.
So you're happy with that now? You're over it?
Yeah.
Chicks love the scars. You're crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot. So,
wow.
But yeah, everyone has their own view of what they think people think about things. So
sure.
But yeah, that was a weird experience, that whole Asia Pacific, but it was fun. Yeah. And I always have perceptions. Everyone has a perception of what people are like until you actually go through it yourself. So.
Right.
And it was an awesome experience.
We'll put it there, mate.
Thanks, mate.
It's been great talking to you. Finally, we had this chat.
Yeah.
And
that was great.
I mean it when I say when you got mates, it seems like in my life, words that people you trust and like say little things, and they stick in your mind just like that. Like, I know I'm drinking these. I'm having about 1,000 calories before bed.
Yeah.
Tony said, isn't it cool that stuff happens?
Yeah. It's
so, good on you, mate.
No,
let's get back to work, eh?
Yeah. Thanks.
And there it is, champions. I want to thank Koala Karma for giving us the mellow energy to get through another podcast. I want to thank Tony for dropping in with the greatest looking old, something like 1967, 68, 280S Merc, the coolest looking thing you've ever seen. And again, filling me full of some knowledge and inspiring you and me to do more. if you've had a big accident and you feel down, you have to look to these guys who have done it and been in the same shoes as you and know that you can come back. But it's going to take a bit of work. No, you got to dig deep.